For 100 years, the fight between capitalism and socialism was the great ideological death match of history. It built skyscrapers and gulags. It launched rockets and sparked famines. But here is the profound, uncomfortable secret. The great battle ended not in victory for one ideology, but in the defeat of ideological purity. Neither system worked. Both failed brutally. The 21st century is forcing us to stop asking which ism is best and start asking, how do we build a system that won't break us? That's the story we are diving into today. Capitalism's engine is fueled by one thing: incentive. The promise of massive personal reward unleashes unparalleled human creativity. This is its genius. It created more wealth in 200 years than humanity did in the previous 20,000. But here's the twist. The cost is the cycle. Capitalism is designed for instability. The same greed that drives innovation overshoots, creating financial bubbles. We saw this in 2008. Think about a middle-class family who lost their home, not because they took a risk, but because a speculator 5 states away gambled their mortgage. These crashes are not random. They are the system correcting its own excess. Efficiency at the expense of stability. And then comes the human cost. Pure capitalism creates an exhausting culture. It doesn't just want your work, it wants your entire life. That burnout you feel? That's the system demanding more than any human can sustainably give. Socialism rose as the moral answer to this brutality. It argued for equality, dignity, and fairness. The biggest attempt was the Soviet Union. They eliminated the capitalist greed, but ignored human nature and information. In a market, price is a massive, constantly updating signal about what people need and how much of it exists. When central planners set prices, that signal vanishes. A factory manager is told to produce 10,000 shoes. He produces 10,000 shoes, even if they're all left feet, because his reward is based on meeting the quota, not meeting demand. This disconnect shaped everyday life. Soviet citizens often waited 15 years for a basic car like the Trabant, or found grocery shelves empty. The system promised fairness, but delivered scarcity. They eliminated the capitalist, only to replace him with the rigid bureaucrat. But here's the crucial twist. The failure of one system did not mean the success of the other. The Cold War became the ultimate test, but the winner wasn't decided only by economics. It was decided by adaptability. The West, after the Great Depression, adopted socialist principles: Social Security, minimum wage, Medicare. It built the mixed economy. It learned how to harness the capitalist engine while using public policy as a brake and a safety net. Meanwhile, the Soviet system refused to adapt. any attempt to introduce market mechanisms was seen as betrayal. By the 1970s, the USSR became the ultimate paradox, able to challenge the US in space, but unable to produce a reliable washing machine. The ideological debate ended the moment East German citizens could literally see the better quality of life across the Berlin Wall. The rigid system collapsed because it couldn't feed, inspire, or adapt.
After 1991, we thought the debate was over. But the new century brought new challenges that exposed the flaws in the victorious system. First, automation and AI. Capitalism demands efficiency. Markets are accelerating toward a new contradiction. Think of a delivery rider completing 30 deliveries a day because the app pushes harder routes, yet earning less per ride. Productivity is soaring. Income is shrinking. Second, climate risk. Pure market capitalism struggles with long-term planning. Pollution is simply a cost pushed onto society. In economics, this is called an externality, a problem the market refuses to price in unless forced. Solving climate change requires public direction and private innovation, a hybrid of both systems. Then comes the final contradiction: debt addiction. Global capitalism now runs on debt, speculation, and artificially low interest rates. We are borrowing from the future to survive the present, and the bill always arrives. Every nation today is a mixed economy. The debate is no longer capitalism versus socialism. It's about where we draw the line, how much incentive we allow before it becomes exploitation, and how much planning we allow before it becomes repression. History leaves us with one uncomfortable conclusion. We must borrow the best tools from both sides: the innovation and efficiency of private capital and the resilience and equity of public planning. The fight isn't over. It has simply moved to your ballot box, your boardroom, and your bank account. The system that fails to check its own power collapses. Because every system, no matter how mighty, shapes the everyday lives of ordinary people. This isn't just history. This is the operating system of your life, your children's lives, and your future. If this gave you a new lens to view the world, hit subscribe and share your thoughts below. We break down the battles of power and history every week.